to enforce one that no one wants. Prohibition was the biggest boost to organized crime.
That is true. That is true.
Okay. We are live.
Hi.
Hello, world.
Or at least hello, internet.
Hello, yes. Internet.
A law that's not enforced prompts people to disobey other laws.
Yes.
Often.
So,
Or
prohibition was just, they convinced the right people it was a good idea. Problem was, that wasn't really everybody.
It was really before they had the idea that there were unintended consequences of various legislative actions, specifically. Nowadays, when they're not busy fighting each other, they will recognize that, hey, this has a potential of unintended consequences. Let's see if we can't make sense of this. And then you have social experiments like California. Specifically the one where they're just going to give away money rather than having a welfare program. You have the money. That's what you get.
Would cut out a lot of administrative overhead if they...
They're hoping for that, but they're more hoping that people will use it responsibly and no longer hit the things where the rules prevent them from getting out of.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of traps in the current system where
and not just income limits, but asset limits, and it matters how much your car is worth, and all sorts of free-for-all that make it easier to stay on.
And it makes it almost impossible to get off once you are on.
The other thing is that in terms of trying to get off of it and your lifestyle, the curve looks like this.
Yeah.
There's this point
where you're doing worse.
Where
you're doing significantly worse than if you'd stayed on it.
When I was living in Madison, I talked to a few people who were hitting that point, and at least one of them was determined to keep going anyway in hopes of a better future for her kids, but some of them were certainly thinking about, maybe it'd be easier just to quit trying to work.
You get to a certain point and you quit worrying about the future because right now is what has to be solved.
Yeah.
Am
I done yet?
You won't get out.
We did not. Well, I started the stream without you, but I didn't start the game.
You won't get out of the system until you can plan for
And
the
since you
future.
called before you were late, I'm not even docking you a fate point.
Well, that was the plan.
They tried a basic living, what is it? BLS, basic living stipend, in a district in.
Okay, it's been tried okay, that makes the third one. Because it's been tried in Canada and England.
Yeah, it was tried in one of the Scandinavian countries. Just a pilot program. And the unemployed would get 1,000 krona a year or a month or something like that. And it turned out only about 1 in 3 actually managed to find gainful employment and get off of the standard. In the 2 years it was on? 2 years? 1 year. I forget which.
One wonders what percentage were trying and failing, and what percentage decided they'd rather not bother trying.
Well, some of them were trying to. Everyone that was profiled in the article was trying. In one case, the guy wanted to be a writer, so he was
Always a reliable,
Yes.
reliable employment.
everybody who sits down at a keyboard can become F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The attempts in the first attempt that I'm aware of was one in England several centuries back, and got
you're
killed
just
over-
being tortured down
Yes.
there.
got killed over political reasons, and some people have been going back and trying to get to the primary source material, and discovered that it was pretty much having the exact opposite effect of everything that the reports claimed it was having.
So
It was one of those
we have a point to prove, and we won't let data get in our way.
well, actually, it was more along the lines of, "Oh my God, the data's not showing us what we wanted to show. We're gonna have to kill we're gonna have to kill it and then lie about the results."
Those are always really fun government projects.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would never
But that
happen
one
in
and
this
the one in Canada in the
Yeah.
50s,
Except
I
for the
think.
many times that it has happened in this country, yes, it would never happen in this country.
The other one was Canada in the 50s, and they both were basically, it was not just unemployed. It was basically anybody
Yeah.
got X number of dollars, period.
You don't have to prove you're unemployed. No means testing of
No
any
means
sort.
testing of
We're
any
just
kind.
giving everybody money because that's
Right.
simple.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So the last was
Bomb in the park.
yes,
Mhm.
Jack blew somebody up who was trying to assassinate him very badly. Doing a very bad job of it, that is.
Mm-hmm.
The assassin was not competent, or I was just rolling really badly.
We'll go with it. He wasn't competent.
Yes, he seemed incompetent. And then Jack stole the guy's gun after he was blown up. Or Lennon stole the guy's gun,
Since nobody saw him doing it, we can say Jack stole the guy's
yes, I
gun.
suppose that's true.
That's not part of what Lennon was even unofficially doing.
What city are we in right now?
Madrid.
Madrid.
Right? And our next. What? Never heard that before.
Okay, so the two girls.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, they're still figuring things out.
And in this case, I think it was actually this one's fault.
Well,
That's, I think. What that?
and I believe in Madrid you decided that you're not bothering with a sanitarium this time, you're just staying in a hotel.
Right.
Right.
Where's Paris?
So we'll say you made it back to the hotel. There was a lot of confusion and people running around and I mean, eventually the police will be called, but lots of screaming.
They're Spaniards.
They have to
I'm not
give-
sure what that means.
They have to give the scene, time to be contaminated, and anyone that might have been involved to leave.
I mean, people were basically all just running away in terror because a bomb went off.
Mm-hmm.
And they figured the anarchists are blowing things up again.
Are you an anarchist?
Pretty sure Lenin is not an anarchist
No.
and Jack is not an anarchist. So
Just checking.
the answer is no to both of those.
The number of bombs and assassinations that that were blamed on anarchists was probably greater than the number of anarchists in some times and places. They were such a convenient excuse.
They were, yes. Those terrible anarchists. So eventually, like 4 hours later, you aren't making it a secret that you're at the.
No.
Could someone push that bag? No. Kept looking at the bag when I want to look at Steve. It was just weird.
I've heard of putting a bag over someone's head.
Yeah, but interposing
front
a
of?
bag, yeah. Anyway, so people know that Lennon is staying at the hotel, and after a while, there were interviews and stuff like that. Somebody shows up at the hotel, a member of the police, looking for Lennon. And as far as I know, you haven't told anybody, don't tell people Lennon is here.
No.
So, in fact, you've been spreading rumors that Lennon is here.
Yes.
I believe what we have been doing is, with one hand, saying Lenin is here, and when directly asked,
Yes.
saying, no, that isn't Lenin. That can't be Lenin. Lenin is dead.
A person who looks exactly like Lennon is staying here.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you
So
heard
they
Lenin is
show
dead?
up at your room with the hotel manager, knock on your door. Do you have a guard outside the door
Yeah.
now? Okay, so you would then be the guard outside the door. I don't suppose you speak Spanish, do you?
It's not on my list.
Well,
I've
nobody's
got
expecting you to
I've
speak
got at
Spanish.
least one language slot left, but I'm not going to
Spend it
pull
out
it
in
right
Spanish
at this
now.
point?
No. Use it for something much more useful, like Klingon.
Actually, the first level language stunt I've got won't give me anything from another planet. Sorry.
Hey,
So, are you letting this guy just knock on
I
the door?
I will look suspiciously at them and open the door a crack and call in French something to the effect of they say they're the police. Shall I let them in?
Well, neither of these guys, neither the hotel manager nor the police detective, know French. So
I'll say
Then
in
I-
French. Go ahead.
Okay. I open the door, continuing to look at them suspiciously.
all right, they come on in, and the hotel manager says, "Excuse me, but this detective here, he's actually speaking in what would he speak in? Spanish. Do you understand Spanish? Does
No.
anybody here understand Spanish? You do. You're the doctor. You're the nurse.
Okay.
So you don't understand Spanish, though, do you? Are you there?
Probably.
Probably.
Well, I'm in a room in the hotel, yes.
Whether
I don't think I'm in
Okay.
that room at this
All
moment.
right. Yes, you're the liaison. You don't need to be there all the time.
You can speak Russian.
So he says
okay.
in Spanish to you, I'm sorry, but this police detective, blah blah blah, wants to interview you, and you just basically then.
Okay, so I'm going to say it first in Russian. I don't understand what you're saying. And I'm going to say it in French. I do not understand what you are saying. I'm going to say it in English. I do not understand what you are saying.
Okay, he gets English. For some reason, he doesn't understand French or, well, Russian would be weird. But
Russian would be improbable for someone who has someone in Spain who has only 2 or 3 languages.
do you understand this? He says in English.
Yes, I do.
This police detective wants to interview you, but he only speaks Spanish. Is there anyone here who could translate?
Doctor?
I will first of all protest. My patient needs rest.
I believe he was at the scene of a crime and he needs to be interviewed. That's what the detective has told me. I will leave you to it. And he says something. He says in Spanish, "This person is going to act as your interpreter."
And I will say again, in Spanish, my patient needs rest. This has been a very trying day.
The detective says, "Yes, I understand. He was at the scene of a crime." Could you ask him, was he in the park and did he witness an explosion?
I will ask if he's up to being interviewed. And I will relay that to you in Russian.
So the hotel manager is left.
Yeah. Wanting to
In
be
Russian,
involved
I'll
as
say-
little as possible.
Yeah, he
I am strong enough to answer a few questions. But only a few.
And I'll turn back to and then I'll ask.
the questions that I just
I will
asked.
relay the questions. Were you in the park at the time of the explosion?
I was leaving the park and I heard an explosion. But I did not see anything because I was on my way of exiting the park.
Okay. Which one of us does the lying here?
If you know that to be not true, you are lying.
I was not present.
You don't know that.
And
When you're doing your report,
probably
Yes, you're doing
didn't give
report.
you a
I,
really
on the other
thorough.
hand, am using deceit.
Well, but you're not trying to actually deceive him.
Right.
I will relay. First of all, I will say that my patient has agreed to be interviewed, but please keep the questions few and calm. And then I will relay his answers to the first question. Yet he was leaving the park at the time of the explosion. He heard it, but he did not see it.
The police detective will give a description of the area where the explosion was and say, did he pass anywhere near that area while he was in the park?
Were you near the area where the blah blah blah
The
blah
bush that, you know,
Yeah.
the large green bush or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you pass that area?
Was by an oak tree a few feet off the path that runs north to south through the park.
Lennon did not pass.
Well, why don't you just say no? Why are you phrasing it so oddly?
I'm not lying.
Well,
Lennon did walk by here.
So you're not using deceit. That's fine. So weird
Okay.
because you're referring to yourself in the third person, supposedly.
He served with the Art
Yeah,
Market
but
the whole
only
time.
someone who spoke Russian would know
I don't know that.
So you're saying no, you did not pass that area, or yes? And I'll relay that back to the detective.
I'm sorry.
Did you notice anyone in the park who was wearing a large pea coat
Ah, yeah.
and might have been carrying a gun or other sort of weapon.
Did you notice anybody in a pea coat and carrying something that might be a weapon?
I'm afraid I was concentrating on the beautiful day and just being able to stretch my legs after being bedridden for so long. Even though I was very tired and had to leave the park earlier than I would have liked, I did not see any individual of that nature.
And I will relay that back because I probably could recall it all. But anyway, he was tired. He did not see anyone of that sort. He was enjoying the day and enjoying being able to walk around after so many days as an invalid.
He says that he was not anywhere near the area where the explosion happened, but we have other eyewitness accounts that say he was. Can he explain why that is true?
Can you explain how people saw you someplace where you say you worked?
I suspect many people recognized me and were so stunned because of reports of my demise that they have confused where I was, especially being rattled by an explosion.
And I will pass that along to the detective.
Which even psychologically makes sense. Two highly unusual events. It'd be easy to see them as more closely linked than they actually were.
Mm-hmm. How long are you planning on staying in Madrid?
Our plans have been to leave in the near future for New York.
That's not an amount of time. Is it tomorrow or next week? What do you mean by near future?
When are we
I
planning to
think
leave?
day after tomorrow, but I don't
You're
remember
asking
for
that in
certain.
Russian?
No.
Or
No,
you're
I'm asking that
it
Pat
out of
is at-
character?
Pat is asking out of not remembering.
Yeah, I believe tomorrow is when the tickets are for.
Okay. We're leaving Madrid tomorrow, but I would like you to keep that quiet. We've already had a number of unfortunate events in our travels.
Any of them similar to someone trying to blow him up?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm not going to go into details.
I'm not going to go into detail something you actually said, or was that the
No,
player who said?
That's the player. Who said it.
Okay.
I'm just going to say.
I'm sorry. That was a
unfortunately,
little unclear.
yes. Absolutely. Yes, I'm just going to say, unfortunately, yes.
I see. So the explosion might have somehow been related to the fact that he was in the park.
I can't dispute that possibility.
Doctor, I am fatigued and I am going to lie down. Please excuse me.
My patient is tired and would like to lie down. You
Fine.
would like to.
I might come back later with more questions.
We understand. You have a job to
Well,
do.
the doctor's talking. I lend his shoulder to
Oh,
move
okay.
him to
Yes.
because he is still weak.
Yes,
He's
I'm
still-
sure.
I'm
Still very
hobbling
weak.
around on a cane, you know.
Uh-huh. All right. So he leaves. That was just before supper. What's going on over there?
I'll come out of the
Okay.
bedroom then and say,
You could have said yes. You had walked by that area. No, you didn't see anything prior to the explosion. Which
if
you
I
did.
said yes, then he would start probing for questions.
He's gonna
Yes.
probe anyway.
He
I
did
did
probe a
do. They
little.
hire them
Yeah,
for
he did,
probing,
but
you know?
it's like I confused him. We're leaving tomorrow. We still have an opportunity for some incompetent assassin to strike again. Or maybe not so incompetent one.
Yeah, that would be the problem.
I prefer the incompetent ones.
Yes.
The ones who get blown up on, well, not his own bomb, but on our bomb.
It looks like he got blown up by his own bomb. Though.
Hey, that works for me.
Well, he didn't have a gun, did he? Though? Yeah, it wasn't like he was holding this.
See, I'd have left the gun because, you know, he was an assassin. Of course he had a gun. Big deal.
Besides, now I can use this gun against somebody else. Really confuse people.
You better take it apart, clean it, fix it, put it back together.
Yeah, it
It's
was in
been
an
through
explosion.
an explosion.
It's not usable as it is.
Well, I didn't say I was going to fire it. I just say I want to leave it somewhere.
Oh, okay. Use it in that way.
But yes, now that you mention it, I should roll my guns. To it, clean, put it together.
Besides, it'll
make
give
sure
you a
it
little
works.
something to do. For 10 or 15 minutes. Or
Well,
less.
that would.
Well, does he have a workshop?
No, you don't have a workshop here.
I can clean it though.
You can clean it. You can't fix it.
So it looks nice and clean. I only got legendary.
Okay. Well,
So you
I
you would
believe
know
that is
exact-
8 shifts. So
you would know exactly what was wrong with it and how to fix it most efficiently once you do have a workshop.
yeah.
If you
And
want
nobody
to
who
bother.
looks at it would ever believe, and nobody who looks at it, anybody who looks at it would have a very hard time believing it had been in an explosion.
The goal there was mediocre, just to clean a gun, and you got 8 shifts on that.
It probably looks much better and more serviceable than before it was in the explosion. Note I say
Yes.
looks.
Yes, it's not. Let's see now.
It probably looks better than it looked when it came out of the factory.
3,
Point.
4. So, so you took a full 4 seconds to clean it.
No, I'm going to a.
And you still had 4 shifts to do a amazing job of cleaning it.
Clean those serial numbers right off.
Well, there
If
weren't
they
any
have
serial
any
numbers
money.
on it, but okay.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, the guy who was using it would not have had a gun that had serial numbers on it.
Okay.
Disassembled, cleaned, oiled, waxed, and put back together.
Yep, in 4 seconds. I'm not sure how you would do that.
Am I?
That's why, I mean, the base time I gave you was 15 minutes to do a really good job, a very thorough job, and then you got 8 shifts on it, so 4 shifts went into.
He doesn't have to use.
I know he doesn't, but I'm not sure what you're going to use those shifts for, because you already, even with the 4 shifts of time, you've still got 4 shifts on it, so.
Bluing.
That's so much overflow that it's not really useful anymore.
One to look stylish doing it.
Could have been worse. He could have spent a fate point as well.
That would have been
That would have
stupid.
been real
It can roll a
ridiculous.
lot better too.
Anyway,
Would be the
so
first one of
that
us
didn't
has
take
got
up
a
much
fake
time.
Completely useless.
So anybody doing anything in the evening?
First of all, before we do that, I'll recommend that somebody take a look outside and see if there's somebody watching us.
You mean like a policeman?
Oh, yeah, got a bazooka.
I can certainly,
Got a few years before a bazooka's invented, but
and somebody
Not
carrying
the shadows
one
are
would
looking at
really
that.
stand out. But I will look out all of the windows I can without going very, both ones in our suite and any in the hall nearby, and look specifically for people who seem like they might be keeping an eye on the place. Unimpressive, but I'm going to just take cancel it by taking one extra shift that is of time that is happening.
Okay.
Oh, you need binoculars? You need a +1.
Sure, why not?
I thought you had a set of your own.
He
Oh,
does.
I think I
He does.
yeah.
actually.
I'm pretty sure you do, yes.
I remember you writing down. I
Right.
remember you obtaining one. And
There's the yeah, I've got
Is there a
too many
reason that you
little-
don't just flip
I
the
have,
piece of paper
there's
over?
too many little pieces of paper that'll fall out.
Oh,
if
okay.
I
It just
I
looked
need to
weird.
put 'em someplace else.
All right.
Yeah.
So we actually got legendary. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Make an academics roll. This is actually fairly low.
That one I rolled better anyway. Superb.
All right. So there's an intersection that was an uncontrolled intersection when you were checking into the hotel. Now, in the middle of the intersection, there's someone directing traffic, which is not unusual.
Sure.
It usually happens when
There's congestion.
yeah, they'll put somebody. Yeah, if there's a lot of traffic at a particular time of day. But this person, because you got ridiculously high,
Yeah.
does seem to be glancing in this direction occasionally. So it is a police officer doing a very normal thing for a police officer, directing traffic at an intersection.
But
But he wasn't there earlier.
right. And he does seem to be paying a fair amount of attention to the hotel.
He's trying to not look like he is,
Mm,
but I mean, my goodness, the level to notice that he was good,
yeah.
and
So either he's either he's tasked with keeping an eye on us in addition to managing traffic, and he's doing a halfway competent job of not being too bloody obvious about it, or he just keeps looking towards the hotel because of the notoriety of some of the people apparently involved, and that may be why there's more traffic too. But
it's like 6 o'clock in the
Sure.
evening, so
it might
it's
be
just
Gordon.
a higher traffic
Yeah.
time of day
Anyway,
than when you checked in.
I will I will report my observations complete with the not jumping to conclusions about exactly what the policeman is officially supposed to be doing, but one way or another he is paying attention to the hotel.
Was it a real cop uniform?
Yes.
Yeah, looks like the other uniformed police we've seen.
I mean, with legendary, you said yes. It's definitely a policeman's uniform, and the person out there seems to know what they're doing
Right.
when directing traffic.
So either he's a real policeman doing his job, or if it's somebody pulling something cute,
They know
he's
the
really
job.
good.
Yeah, I mean, John Doe could be out there, and
Sure.
he'd be all, well, maybe. Because-
Anybody who's got disguise of the mind, who's ever
Right.
been a policeman, could pull it
Yep.
off. But
Hey, Laurel's here. Hello.
Hello.
Alright. So, I say that we order a dinner, room service, and then at like 9 o'clock-ish, I go for another walk in the park before I retire for the evening. And that way we can give someone else a shot at it.
all right,
Literally.
or figuratively, or both, depending on their preferred methods. Sure, why not?
What? Yes, hello. Hello. I will give you a little bit of attention. All right. Is that enough? No. So, you have supper. You wait a couple hours, and you're going back to the park. It is dark now.
Mhm.
There are street lamps.
Mhm.
and such.
And presumably the supper
I
was
suppose
fine.
I
No
should
one's
go
had a
with the
chance to try
patient.
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
this
sir.
is all still food that Simon, as whatever his name is, went and got at the Russian grocery.
Sure.
And yeah, there'd been no time at all to.
Yeah, when he went and picked stuff up today, we hadn't been in town long enough for news to have reached anybody.
Yep.
So I also suggest that all of us go. Because we're going to give somebody a last shot. Let's have all of us together, just in case. The next assassin's more effective than the others, isn't it? I mean, the bomb up above the room above was pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you hadn't had an explosive suppressor, something bad might have happened to at least somebody. All right.
Sure. We'll be more conspicuous, but I gather that's that's harmful or even harmless or even beneficial at the present time.
Okay, you go for a walk in the park. Nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. See you in the morning.
You blew up the one assassin who's trying to deal with you. So
That was merely luck.
Wherever Stanley has more than one.
True, but they might have only had
We
one
might have
in
just-
Madrid.
Yeah, we might
they're
have.
trying to figure out what happened because he wasn't sent out with a bomb. How did he get blown up?
I predict that the
Damn
theory
it! Why
will
was he improvising?
I
don't know,
predict
he
the
makes it
theory
happen.
will eventually be that there were two assassins from two different organizations, and that their guy got blown up by someone else's bomb.
Yeah,
As
I
being
can't
the
remember
least
which Pink
unlikely
Panther movie
theory.
it was where all these assassins
Strikes
were.
back.
Yeah.
Oh
Pink
yeah.
Panther Strikes Back. All these assassins were sent after Clouseau, and they kept killing each other.
Yes, there were only two left, the Russian and the Egyptian. By the end. Yeah. Very familiar with that movie.
So,
I own it for 16 millimeter.
so yes, they're not sending anybody out until they can figure out what happened. Anyway, so you walk in the park, nothing happens. You go back to
Mhm.
your hotel.
Except this time, we don't go to the room, we go to the bar.
You're
Okay.
going to the bar?
Yeah.
I am heading off elsewhere
I
because
understand.
a bar is not the proper place for a nurse. Not a proper place for a patient either.
Yes.
I will make a minor fuss about you don't need vodka.
Need vodka.
Well,
You don't
It has
need
been so
vodka.
long since I had vodka.
that's weird
You-
because I'm pretty sure that he got vodka for you as one of your things that you like.
He can still say that.
I'm
I
saying
suppose
it-
you can lie about that.
I'm,
Yes.
I'm in public, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And it's
Mhm.
and don't cough.
All right.
Some patience. Try my patience.
I'm not going to get any resistance from you, am I, Doctor? Wanting to have a little vodka?
I shall just look at him with a raised eyebrow.
Okay. You and your raised eyebrow.
Bring us a bottle of the finest vodka in the establishment.
I go like, oh, fine, whatever.
Oh, that's right, you do not speak Spanish. Doctor?
They're going to give me some Lewis.
Alright. So, are you ordering?
I will-
asking for a bottle of the finest vodka in the establishment,
Yes. Do you have
make a resources roll. This is a bar. They don't normally sell by the bottle, and when they do, it costs a ridiculous amount.
Wow. +3.
Now,
Okay,
when
well,
did you find
that's
time to
probably
get
good
the
enough.
board game?
Probably good enough. That's
That's a related question of just how good a
superb.
bottle of vodka would
Yeah.
they have in Madrid?
All right. So
It's a nice hotel. The hotel bar
superb.
probably is a
Yes,
lot.
$10,000. That's way more than you need.
Holy buckets.
Be a really good bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
no, that's
Well,
No,
but
that's
you guys
the
aren't
resources.
going to say that it's a really good bottle of vodka, because what he comes back with is Polish potato vodka.
Is it written in Polish or written?
Yes, it's written in Polish. It's all the label is Polish, and you recognize it fairly easily. I mean, that's Polish.
So, I suppose we will have to make do.
You
What
have-
did it actually
I'll just
cost
ask the
this
barman,
year?
do you have any Russian vodka?
Well, yes, but it's not nearly as good as this.
We may have to try that.
May have to test that.
We may have to test it. Okay, I will pay him for
Vibarova.
I will pay him for the vodka.
Polish.
Polish vodka. 2 glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the guard's not going to drink.
He can do that.
And we all work together. Only the nurse left, so 3
Ah.
glasses.
3 glasses, okay. What
Let's-
role is he?
Liaison.
He's the liaison.
He's
Yeah.
still a
Which-
liaison.
He
Okay.
can drink.
You don't speak Spanish, though, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well,
And
I was their
do you
French
speak?
liaison.
Do you speak Russian?
French.
No.
No, French.
Okay. Well, you had a hard time at the Russian grocery store then, but
Yeah.
you made yourself understood in French.
I was in a portion of Switzerland where it was assumed that you spoke French.
Yes, but once you got to Madrid, you also went to a Russian grocery
That's
store.
true. But by that time, I was able to recognize labels.
Uh-huh.
besides which, a lot of Russians have a little French. You're supposed to know it. If
Yeah,
you
that's
know
why he was
it.
able to make him. So it was not. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but
So I, as the guard, I am attempting to convey worried and disapproving both at once without saying anything.
Gee, as a guard, I would
okay.
be demonstrating how to drink it.
That's a rapport roll.
That's what I just rolled, and oh well, I got mediocre. Never.
Well, you didn't do a very good job
Yeah.
of signaling your feelings on this matter, or signaling the feelings that you wanted to signal. Since
Yeah.
I don't think you actually feel that way. I
No,
mean,
I-
you know that Jack
It-
could drink anybody else,
yes.
you know,
And
other
be-
than the people in the
you know,
group
behind
under the table.
yes. You know,
And several of the people
inside
who
his
present.
disguise, Edgy is actually kind of amused, but hopefully he's not conveying that
Mhm.
either.
Um. All right.
Well, we'll have to experiment. We not have bonuses like I eat, but I can smell something. And using,
Investigating.
yep, I can get a epic.
With no bonuses. All right.
And I'll take 1 extra time increment to go with the legendary. 'Cause
So you would say this is good vodka. Triple distilled.
Worthy of the name. Worthy of the
Yeah, I mean it is definitely. In most places, it would be the best vodka in the bar. there's probably places in Russia where you can get better vodka, grain-based vodkas or whatever. But this is
In a blind taste test, most Russians would not throw up their nose.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely not bad. It's very good.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, there's no
Doctor?
formaldehyde or anything like that.
Not,
Doctor? This is excellent.
not even
Try it.
the
I will try it.
faintly acrid off taste that some of the cheap distilled twice but not really well ones have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes, yeah. Then hand you a glass.
Ooh, I just got an achievement on Twitch.
Yay.
Stream for 250 hours total.
Woohoo!
The Empire Business Level 1. All right.
Well, while drinking slowly, I will be investigating the crowd to see if anybody stands out.
Let's see. That's the point.
Oh, I'm
That
I'm
is
at legendary.
checking.
Okay, people. Do I see any bulges under their clothes?
That meets mine by one shift, but Epic is also enough to be worth looking around for small details.
And also include, unfortunately, police.
So, somebody who almost certainly is the hotel detective, like wanders into the bar, is looking around, and then wanders out again, and does have a bulge under their clothing. They've obviously got some sort of a pistol.
And that's about the most interestingly seen.
Yeah, there's no
Interesting person.
police presence in the bar. Nobody seems to be paying extra attention to you over the fact that you're Lenin. So people are paying attention to you, but they're not like studying you or casing the joint or anything like that.
They're either openly staring or trying to politely ignore.
Yes.
Well, we'll stay here till midnight, and then we'll go to bed.
All right. Here's the way. Laurel says that the volume level isn't very good on the stream, but I don't know of any way to modify that. Let's check. Let's see. If I do this, maybe that'll do something. All right. Usually that's for output, but maybe it will increase the input volume as well. All right. So yes, nothing exciting happens in the bar, and you head back to your room.
And hopefully it will.
Oh, by the way, the hotel detective did pay attention to you, but once again, not any more than he would have just because you're Lenin. Or you appear to be Lenin.
Hopefully it will work for me to be guarding from
That's weird. It's
inside.
still moving. I mean, it started wiggling when I touched the volume, but it's like it's very slowly.
So, do any of the viewers have motion sickness?
I hope not.
Let's see if I can clamp this down a little bit more.
And now we go to our Blair Witch Project.
So it looks like that no one else is going to take the bait.
I
in the local area.
True.
They have to
So-
bring some in.
Well, either that or they weren't properly tapped into the local black economy.
So, well, when we go to the train station, we're on the train, well, may be a perfect target for them to attack.
Yes, that would be a better target for them to attack.
Oh,
I hope they
you're
don't
still
destroy
just
the
moving
whole
just very slightly. Laurel says we're all on a boat.
Yeah, not
Oh, cut it out.
Lisbon.
Oh, we won't be on the boat, though. That's the thing.
True, but we, everyone will think we are, and then
Yep.
mysteriously we won't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Good. Oh wait.
So it is the 7th.
B7. Yes.
7th of February.
Okay. My notes have that it was the 7th when the bomb went off in the park.
Oh, okay.
So it's now the 8th.
Missed a day. So it is now the 8th.
Or we repeated.
I had it as the 6th.
Can't help on that one.
I could have lost a day, I suppose.
Okay.
Doing the time warfare?
So bomb goes off on 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it is the 8th then. Today that you are heading
Train to
to
Lisbon.
the coast. Yes. Train to Lisbon.
Okay, well, somebody who speaks Spanish will have to check us out. And then arrange for transportation to take us from our hotel to the train station. The hotel actually might do that themselves, but you never know.
I suspect the good constable would be happy to take us there to get us out of his jurisdiction.
Quite possibly, but
It's probably a 50-50 split. Does he want us out of his does he want us to leave him out of his jurisdiction? Or does he want to keep us around to ask questions about maybe? It depends on what kind of cop he actually is.
Anyway, yes, you can arrange with the hotel for a shuttle to the train station.
Well, considering I had 10,000 clams in my pocket, I will.
Yeah.
I will tip the driver, of course.
Uh-huh.
A couple of bucks. I don't think you hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Well, the camera has stopped moving now, so we're no longer on a ship.
We could fix that.
No! I do not want
Is the
that
volume fixed?
fixed.
Is the volume fixed now?
I was told that it's, let's see, what did she say? Maybe a little louder? Anyway, so,
What can we say a little louder?
yeah, you get to the train station, you get on your prearranged, you reserved a car, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Check the car out. Make sure that there's no surprises.
that's a good idea.
Okay. Be an investigation roll.
What would be my base time for going through a whole train car?
It's train cars aren't actually that big.
Right, but
15 minutes.
okay. Don't want to add any time to that, but it was a wash, so
I'm
yeah.
going to look at the hitch on both sides of the car just to make sure it hasn't been modified.
Okay.
That's a good thought. That
Um,
would be an
engineering
judgment.
roll.
I guess I'm not looking
Eh.
at it.
Well, you're looking at it. You're just not doing an especially good job unless you
Yes.
want to re-roll.
No, I'll leave it there.
Mine,
That's a fair. And then the one behind, that's
The same,
a
so a
fair.
Wow. And I thought you were a good engineer.
he's a good engineer when he's paying enough attention.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you don't notice anything unusual about either hitches.
That's fine.
It would have to have been a fairly major change to notice if it's fair, but okay.
If somebody had replaced a usually metal part with a little piece of wood and not painted it, you'd have noticed that. Mine, on the other hand, was epic for sight and hearing, which would be I don't know if hearing would be relevant, but sight would be.
Hopefully, taste is not.
I'm not licking anything unless, something.
Yes, please don't.
Smell might be relevant.
That one I don't have the focus that focus yet. I've been sort of postponing it.
Oh, that stinks.
That's exactly the problem.
I am thinking that having gone through the portion of the sewer we have, we might be postponing it for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm not certain that I, want my sense of smell enhanced or whenever I'm investigating.
Well, it could help to counteract if you're wearing a like gas mask or something like that sometimes. But yeah. Anyway, so there's nothing untoward.
That we noticed.
It looks like they did a reasonably good job of cleaning it, but not a perfect job. Like you if you want to, you could do an analysis of who had the car last. From the clues available.
Having the sort of mind which is just naturally curious, what do I get out of that?
So the person who was last using the car was someone in the military high up, probably a general, and had a staff of at least 3 people with them in the car.
That makes a certain amount of sense. It's highly unlikely to be relevant to us, but it's plausible.
Well, but the thing is, generals are not supposed to rent cars. They're supposed to use military transports.
Yes.
So,
Well, that's interesting.
yes.
A general who was crooked in some way or up to something sneaky.
It's unusual. I would say that. But
When does the Spanish Civil War start?
Not until 1936, 34.
Okay.
I think of those two, 34 sounds more right, but I wouldn't bet heavily on it.
So it's probably a little bit early for a general to be thinking about those kinds of.
So we're bouncing along on the train.
It's the rocking more than the bouncing. Normally you get used to it, but
Jack,
Must be very used to it.
36.
well, one would think. Okay,
36 to 39.
so
But using binoculars, I got the epic looking out the window at various landmarks as we're going by to see if I see a sniper rifle sticking out or some such thing.
yes. Just to give another piece of information, Francisco Franco was promoted to general in 1926. So it wasn't him. He's not a general yet. Though, as I said, was a high-ranking military officer.
We don't know for sure.
For
it was
sure
a
it was a
general,
general.
but it was.
But it was
someone
somebody who had a
with some
staff of
with
3,
him.
so.
Yeah.
All right, you look out the window.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get?
Epic. Ordinary.
Nothing. Wow.
Well,
You don't see that roll very often.
-4.
So
Ah.
that was for me tracking the train.
That was
Go
for-
out and find that train and track it down, and then you just didn't find it.
You lost
A train.
You lost a train.
Oh no, he just got the.
I got confused.
He starts searching his pockets. I know it's here somewhere.
Barcelona is to the east. Lisbon is to the west.
West.
No, I think he just used the train schedule to wrap his lunch in, and then couldn't read when the train
Yeah,
was supposed to go
he,
by.
Wow. And he was starting at average, so
Yeah, that was an abysmal attempt to find.
No, it was an
Awful.
awful attempt.
Awful.
Okay, yeah,
We've done,
yeah,
we've done
yes,
lower.
That's true.
yes, you did lower on purpose once.
Yes.
Still, awful is in the. You were lucky to find the ground range.
I tell you, these assassins are not here. They're the worst.
they're not actually assassins. That's just part of their job. And I mean, the Russians don't have a huge presence in Madrid, so it's who they can find to work for them. And these guys are just—I mean, they're not shadows. They're just guys.
They're members of the local underground economy.
Yeah.
Dude, my regular job is filing papers in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Gave me a gun and said, go shoot it.
No. They're hiring. They actually did get hooked up to the local underground economy. They're hiring crooks.
Yeah. My regular job is like shoplifting. Occasionally I get work threatening people who haven't paid money to somebody who they owe. Yeah, this is way above what I usually do. But they paid me well. Not well enough to get blown up.
Yeah,
I
it
was
could
gonna
be
say-
that the one that got awful had also heard about what happened with the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might not have been trying especially hard.
We're trying very hard.
In an opposite direction.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah, let's look for the train
Plausible-
everywhere, but on the track.
Plausible
Plausible
deniability.
so yes, with an awful, you can lose a train in a train yard. And
Well, it'd be easier in a train yard. There's other trains to get it confused with.
Mhm.
Trying to find a single tree in the forest. Hello. What's going on here, huh?
So nothing happens on the way to Lisbon.
nothing happens on the way to Lisbon.
Okay.
You can look out the window all you want. There's nobody tracking the train.
Now this is like disappointing.
Well,
Jack's saying it's just disappointing. That's
I
all.
understand.
We've outrun our rumors.
Well, but you started rumors again in Madrid,
Sure.
but they hadn't had a lot of time.
Yeah.
So
to
we're gonna have to
spread.
spend a couple of days more than in Lisbon. That the rumors get a little stronger.
Not much to lose by trying.
Another 2 days,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
I expect some people very much want
Is
to
there a Century Club in? We're going to Madrid. You said?
Lisbon.
You're going to Lisbon. You're leaving Madrid. No, there's not a Century Club in either of those cities.
Okay.
Nearest one would be Paris, actually.
Yeah, the one.
Well, when we
the
get
one in
there, I
Rome
think
is an
it's time to
observer.
check the
Needs to be
newspapers
a
and see
little
what's been
further.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we got our newest player here, Oriole.
Team mascot.
In the right color.
Mm.
Black.
It'll be the first game he's played in.
Really? You're an experienced role player, are you, Oreo?
He played the dog that was owned by David's character in Blade and Crown.
Until David lost.
Until David lost him, yes.
David has bad luck with animals. He's lost a dog. He's lost an ox. He's lost the ox.
And he lost the ox cart, yes.
Okay.
Got caught in a war zone.
Okay. Well, oh, I see. Well, I understand that.
But that makes it sound reasonable.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
I see. The war zone was a cover for losing the.
Animals.
Not really.
Maybe we should get him a bird.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
enough about Blade and Crown.
Yes.
So if you get off, you're going to say, we'll have to make arrangements for a hotel where you can stay like 2 days. And we also are going to have to immediately start spreading rumors.
Okay. Well, finding
Finding a hotel should be easy enough.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Contacting
Contacting roll. Well,
should be easy enough.
you don't have minuses for not knowing Lisbon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But why don't we have the liaison try to do this? Excuse me.
The liaison rolls legendary.
That's quite a bit better than mine.
Yeah. You find a good hotel. Actually, you find a great hotel. But
What time did we get to Lisbon?
Morning train.
My guess would have been
you get to Lisbon at 4 p.m.
Okay.
on the 8th.
Should we start getting tickets for the?
So yes, most of the
ship?
day was taken by. Well, a big chunk of the day was taken by being in the train.
How long do we want to spend in Lisbon?
Well, I believe Jack just said 2 days.
Even the third.
If there's
Well,
a ship leaving
yes.
in our direction?
yes.
Let's see. Might have to stay a little more. Or we may have to change our plans and go to London. Something like that.
How soon does Cloud9 do?
The
We
next
sent
ship
it-
for New York leaves on the 11th.
It should be here because I'd sent it before we left.
Paris?
I think it was Paris. Yeah. It was, I had skipped one whole step.
Yes, your airship is here.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about not having a ship before we have an airship.
Right.
Yes.
But evidently the 11th would be a good time to leave.
Yep.
Waiting any longer than that would seem incongruous and may alert them that we're hoping to trap the people who tried to attack.
So far, the people we've been dealing with
Are all
since
Russian.
the folks in Switzerland, I'm not sure I would expect them to come to that conclusion.
They said they
Hey,
wanted
just
New
because
York,
just because we're running into incompetent assassins doesn't mean we're backed up by incompetent analysts.
All right, so you start trying to spread a rumor pretty much when you get there. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Are you that afternoon like immediately trying to find a Russian grocery and picking up the stuff and spread
Sure.
a rumor? All right, so make a contacting roll to see if you can find a Russian grocery. Well, it's a good thing contacting is really high.
Superb.
Yeah, that's good enough. It takes you a little more time than you're used to, but you don't just like walk out of the hotel and walk into a Russian grocery this time. But you do find one, and so now another roll for spreading a rumor.
Epic.
Okay. All right. And the rumor is basically that Lennon is staying in the hotel with you guys. Okay.
And did we get the boat tickets?
Yeah,
tickets?
yeah. Or
Yes or no?
I thought we found out when the next
Yeah, I mean that you can just ask the concierge of
Yeah.
the hotel.
That
When
we
is the
already
next
know.
ship leaving for New York from the harbor? And he
You need to
says
see
it is leaving the morning of the 11th.
information and
So that would be a Monday.
So, somebody speaks Spanish, we'll have to go and.
Portuguese.
Oh, we've gone to Portugal now?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes, you're in Lisbon, Portugal.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I didn't know they speak Portuguese except Annie.
and me.
You speak Portuguese too?
I got that skill or that
That
stuff.
stunt.
Oh, the same one? Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I got tired of not knowing what people were saying. That's how I came to speak Chinese Imperial Rat.
Gift of tongues, I think it is.
Yeah, that's it.
You decided you wanted
Hey.
to speak that. I didn't make you speak it.
We understand it was my
It
choice.
gives you every ordinary human language on the planet and 6
Well, it depends
Well,
on what
outside
your
your
academics
academics,
is.
yeah.
Academics. I mean,
but with
I
average academics
took
yeah.
Atlantean, so
Yep.
And you're working on teaching yourself a really foreign book.
Yes.
Sligo's language.
No,
The
the foreign binary.
oh,
the
right,
interstellar binary.
the code.
Yep.
Yes.
So we now have tickets for the ship, right?
We have to go pick them up in the morning, I think.
Okay.
We know when it is, we just haven't.
Yeah, you haven't purchased them yet. All right. So you come back from the grocery, the Russian grocery. Make an alertness roll.
Superb.
So someone is following you.
I try to get some idea of what he looks like so that I can describe him.
It looks like a street thug. Like just some guy who noticed that you're dressed really well and flashed a lot of money. That sort of person.
Oh, poor man.
Are you going to deal with this yourself.
I think so. I will take a shortcut through some alley to get back to the hotel.
Right. As you do, he rushes up to you and pulls out a gun and says, "Hold it right there."
Flick.
All right. Yeah, we don't really need to. So make your attack.
Presume that
Oh my god.
What was it? A plus
Godlike.
10 of
What are you
the
flicking at me?
I am flicking ink into your eyes
Okay.
to blind you.
Good, because otherwise you'd be dead.
Yes.
There's no way this
As soon
guy.
as the ink takes off the top of his head.
Woohoo! I got average. I'm blinded, and I'm like, ah, what? Ah. He's not.
You have a +2
You
now. I
might
can
want
take
to
the gun
take
away.
the gun
Yeah.
away. Just
I mean, he's just kind of waving his arms and
So
screaming.
it would be a fist roll to take his gun away from him.
Yes.
Or take your pen and knock it out of his hand with a pen.
True. I'll do that.
Okay.
A disarm maneuver.
Yes, this is a maneuver. Disarm.
And remember, add +2 for blinded.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. So God.
Godlike again.
Okie dokie. Oh my goodness! I actually rolled good.
So,
So you don't lose a finger when you lose the gun.
No, I
It's a
mean,
disarm. It can't
yeah,
cause
he's
stress.
not trying to hurt him.
yeah, it's
Doesn't
just
feel any
it's
boxes.
just the gun is
How much
easily knocked out of
overflow
my
do you have?
hand.
Only
He
7
got good.
shifts
Only
that
7
time.
shifts.
Only 7 shoots. So not only does he knock the gun out of his hand, he knocks the bullets out of the chambers.
No.
And they
No,
land on a
the-
windowsill, neatly
So
stacked.
now he's just waving his hands in the air. What happened?
So now you pick the gun up
You
and leave.
probably, he's yelling this in Portuguese, so I'm sure you don't understand
Right.
it, but you kind of get what he's saying, just because he's confused and shouting.
So,
Panic sounds an awful lot alike from the country to
Oh,
country.
Yeah.
so what you want to do now is pants him.
I don't.
I
know
don't
if
think that's really what
no.
Simon would
That's not what
do.
Simon would do.
Because then you can stumble and fall over.
But he is not a threat to anybody right now.
Simon is going to continue down the alley.
Okay.
And
He's not following.
Yes.
You pick up the gun, though, right?
Yeah, I'll pick up the gun.
Yeah, throw it in the trash or something.
Well, I'll look at it and see. I mean, I'm not. I have guns at mediocre, but I can have some idea.
yeah.
It's.
You know, point this end at the
Well,
back.
actually, the real question is it a Saturday night special or is it something better than that?
It's yeah. I mean, it's a 22 pistol.
Ah.
Nothing special.
It's really not special.
Put it in the
You're not
trash.
impressed, okay?
Right.
It's not.
But I will take the precaution of I will put the gun in one trash can and the bullets in a different trash can.
Okay. So yeah, that guy was definitely not an assassin. He was not even as competent as the assassins that had been sent at you. Excuse me. And just saw a rich guy flashing a lot of money.
And how dangerous could he be because he's got his arms full of groceries? Or did you have them sent to the hotel?
No, I think he's been taking
I've been
them.
carrying them.
Yeah.
Because then he knows where they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we if
More
So
tea.
does this hotel like have like a terrace or something on it, or
Your
terrace?
room has a balcony.
Okay.
Well, your suite has a
Yes.
balcony. I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
I suppose I should sit out there.
Captain's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure your doctor would say it would do you good.
Well, it's February, so it's not especially hot out, but you
Oh,
can
we are
do
in
that.
Portugal. I mean, it's a lot
Yeah, I
warmer
mean,
there.
it is comfortable.
It is
Yeah.
comfortable, but it's still February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I was in France in February and we went to lunch,
Yeah.
I didn't need a jacket. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like Moscow, for instance.
Yes.
I mean,
Which would be terrible right now.
I mean, really, I didn't need a jacket.
Yeah.
It was nice to have
And
a
this
light.
is on the ocean too, so it's really
It's
nice.
even better than Well, I was near Marseille.
Oh, you were near Marseille? Yeah. So it's like that, basically.
Mm,
Well, during the day, if it's sunny out, it's quite comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I just sit out there all bundled up, investigating to see if I see rifles being leveled at me.
Well, it's been like an hour since you
Yeah.
showed up, so
Oh, just
I suppose if somebody followed you from Madrid, you don't know that no one did that.
yeah,
Sorry.
No worries.
we don't know that the person
Lost the train.
person hired to keep track
Besides,
of
I only
us.
got fantastic, so I'm not doing it. I was with it.
Good enough so that unless a shadow is trying to, you were successful. Nobody is out there like yet paying attention to you. The rumor hasn't spread far enough for people to be gawking, for example.
It's me. That's why we need a few more days.
So is today still the 8th,
It is. It is the evening of the 8th now.
which would be Friday, the 11th is the month.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be here
I
over the
assume we
weekend.
can find a newsstand or something like that to get some international news.
Oh,
papers.
Actually, at the Russian grocery, Simon picked up a variety of periodicals.
Go
All
through
in
it.
Russian, but yeah.
We can
That's
also
fine.
see
I
what
can
the
read
hotel's
Russian.
got. If it's a if it is a great hotel, they will probably have an interesting selection of newspapers from other places. Lisbon's a major port city after all.
So, somebody who's reading all of these periodicals and the newspapers and magazines needs to make an academics roll.
Yeah,
Ow.
sunset's about 6 p.m.
I'll take any of them that are in languages I know. Which
Well, the
is
ones that
probably
Simon
English
brought
or
back are
French.
all in
Yeah.
Russian.
So I'll
If you wanted to
yell
go to a
for-
newsstand, they'd be in mostly Portuguese, but they do have other languages.
I will read the Russian ones because I can read Russian.
What did you say?
Average.
Yeah, no,
much.
that's that you peruse them and
I
don't see
peruse
anything
no
interesting.
interesting science column. No interesting.
Yeah, there's nothing interesting scientific in any of these
These.
things.
I got a whopping fair.
Well, that's better than average. In one of the newspapers, you notice an article, a very small article, saying that Lenin's body has been removed from viewing sooner than anticipated due to concerns over disease spreading. Make an empathy roll. Yeah, that's good enough. That's bullshit. It's not over. I mean, it was removed from viewing, but the reason is not because of concerns over disease spreading. Just the way the article is phrased, you can tell. Nope, that's not why they did it.
I know why they did it because they realized they had a fake.
Or
And
at
they
least
wanted anyone else to spot it.
they either realize they had a fake and don't want to slow down that leaking out, or at least they suspect they have a fake and want to study it a lot more
If they
closely.
checked it,
If checked with reasonable thoroughness, yes. But
Remember that even people without fake points can take their time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, given the complications of Russian politics right now, I don't know for sure whether
Yeah, and you
or
can
not
have
a
multiple
thorough
people check the
examination was
results.
allowed.
Bonus there too, and then each one can do a check.
Yeah.
And one of them was bound to roll well.
and one of them was bound to check whether he was circumcised. or
Yeah.
not.
Which is a pretty big giveaway. Wait a minute. He was so circumcised after he... No, that can't be right. Anyway, so, yes.
Well, that will at least spread further confusion. Mike,
So,
And the body was under guard, so it couldn't have been switched.
Absolutely not. All the guards are interviewed very thoroughly.
At length,
and
in
of course,
Siberia.
Nobody could have gotten in there. Absolutely not. Nobody went through that door, and that's the only way they could have gotten in here.
Annie, I think we missed this article.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a small article in the newspaper. It doesn't have any scientific
no
interest
scientific
in it,
interest.
but
it has political.
It
has
interest.
political-
it does mention
consequences.
Lenin's body, though.
About time they figured that out.
This will probably make
Next time you have to do a slightly worse job.
this will probably make rumors of Lenin being seen other places seem at least slightly more plausible in Russia.
What did we do with his
What
body?
about that one?
It's still on the airship. I haven't
Ah,
found
okay.
a secure way to get rid of it yet.
Burial at sea.
No,
cremated.
actually.
No, that's a really bad idea.
No, cremated.
Well, I was
Cremation at
thinking from
sufficiently
a
high.
couple of 100 feet up.
No. It's carrying an ill disease.
Oh yes.
Cremation at sufficiently high temperature, and then it won't much matter where we scatter the ashes.
Yeah.
We were discussing whether we scatter them over the sun or if there was danger to the sun if we did that.
I
Don't think
the
there's
sun
any
can
danger
take
to
care
the
of
sun.
Only 40 million degrees.
Ill is
Yeah.
a nasty poisoner and viciously clever biochemist, but he's not. Nothing he comes up with will screw up the sun.
Yeah, he'd have to specifically be targeting the sun
Why
and
would
roll really well.
Why would he want to screw up the sun when it's going to kill him too?
Yeah, I don't think.
He doesn't seem the most rational.
Yeah, but he does seem interested in staying alive,
Yeah.
and he's not stupid in his own twisted
Because if he
way.
was not interested in staying alive, he'd attack us on a full frontal assault.
Mhm.
Now that would be definitely not staying alive.
And that's really not something he's even trying.
Okay. So now we'll almost certainly have the GRU coming after.
Turn the lights on. That way you won't be eaten by a Gru.
Okay.
Not my pun.
Drew is not a cannibal. He just has an IQ of 6.
So yeah.
So,
Pardon me, your Pathfinder D&D people are 7 and intelligence is 6.
So we nothing happens really
That day.
that evening. I mean, you got in at 4, so
Yep.
you come back with food
And an interesting little
beverages
anecdote.
and a pile of periodicals, and then somebody goes out to a newsstand and buys a bunch more periodicals, and one of the Russian ones, which was from 2 days previously, a newspaper from 2 days previously, that one little tiny article is in it, not in any of the other things from 2 days ago. So maybe they're trying to keep it quiet. But removing a major person from view
Hero of
days
revolution.
before he was scheduled to be removed
Interesting.
is hard to keep.
Totally silent.
Yeah.
9th of February.
Not,
Not
Well,
yet, I know.
not quite yet.
We are going. Yeah, unless somebody wants to do something in the evening or night,
Nope.
we are going to the night.
I can't think of any non-stupid way to make things more interesting, so let it be tomorrow.
Yes, please don't do it in a stupid way.
Okay. I won't vouch for its lack of stupidity.
But
Somebody disguise themselves so that they're not one of us. And go find the local Russian embassy or consulate.
and poke around in it just to see if
No, you have information to sell. Lenin's in town.
that
I believe Lisbon is the capital of Portugal.
Yes,
yeah,
so
With the
it's
embassy.
probably-
would be an
embassy
embassy. That could be done. It would just take somebody other than me to come up. Oh, I wouldn't have to come up with a new disguise. I just have to ditch this disguise.
No,
But
we
I
need
need-
somebody who speaks Russian
I
to
would-
do this.
Oh no.
Portuguese.
No, you want somebody who speaks Portuguese.
Okay.
You could even get away with somebody who doesn't speak either language.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I can disguise you.
Who is going?
Well,
Is it going to be you or?
Could be.
not going to be me. I can tell you that.
Hmm?
Right.
Not going to be me.
No, you don't want to get out of your Lenin disguise.
Nope.
And it would look much more plausible for the guard to be not in evidence than the doctor or the nurse right now, unless you
Good.
want.
I'm not gonna
yeah.
beat. I'm not gonna beat Adam home.
Okay.
So, well, how long would it take to come up with a disguise? Because I didn't roll. I rolled pretty good.
Just
What?
to make
Let's see.
we just want to make me look like an ordinary
I have.
guy, not recognizably John Francis Edgerton if someone has a picture of him.
What's your deceit?
My deceit is at mediocre, but
Mine is at fair. And I rolled my deceit is at good, and I rolled a +2.
we're thinking beyond disguise. And I may need to be able
So,
to tell a lie
you-
and not be obviously caught in it.
You are.
Mysteries is deceit.
Yes.
Okay, well, then my deceit is great as long as I'm wearing this. That's probably a good idea.
Since you have to sell the fact that someone you know is not Lenin is
So-
Lenin.
I assume that you have the one that
Well,
lets you create
clever
a disguise in a few minutes.
Yes, clever disguise.
So that's 4 minutes as your base
Actually-
time if you have a disguise kit. And I assume you have a
I
disguise
do
kit.
it in
I
disguise.
wouldn't have to say that. I would just have to say that I saw someone who looked exactly like Lenin
That's-
get
No,
off
you
the
want to
train
say
and
you
go
saw
to
Lenin. You get more money that way.
That's the point.
Do you really care how much money you get?
No verisimilitude.
At
So,
your wealth letter,
If I take
you might.
half an hour, I get 2 shifts. So that would get me up to epic.
That's probably
Um,
way more than good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the difference between saying he saw someone who looks exactly like Lenin and he saw Lenin is that if he says he saw someone who looks exactly like Lenin, that's
No.
not deceit.
But he's got.
I still might.
All right,
well, you've
got the
something
ring
that's
then.
not
Yeah.
What's,
true.
what's your
Yeah,
rapport?
My rapport is also at mediocre. I've got fair
You're lying
evidence
then.
and-
Yeah, with the ring, then you're lying. Yes. All right.
Yes.
So then you would say, yes, I saw Lenin in this hotel this
Going
afternoon.
going
On
to the
this
train
balcony,
station.
right?
Yes,
All right.
On the east side.
So you're trying to spread a rumor, which is a contacting roll, but you're trying to deceive also, so that's a deceit roll.
Okay.
So there's
but-
2 rolls that you
Yes.
need to make. You're going to the Russian
Right.
embassy.
Right, and I have information that I think might be interesting.
Okay. So make a contacting roll. This is how
This is
success.
basically. Yeah. It's. Can you
How
find the right
far
guy?
up?
Yeah.
How far up the ladder in the embassy can you get?
Sure. If you roll really badly, you're talking to the receptionist.
No, that would be a fair roll.
All right.
Which is
You get to talk to a minor functionary, somebody above the receptionist. Now make a deceit roll with the ring.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can convince this person.
It's a wash, but that
Here's
is
a fate point.
great.
He really doesn't have a lot of fate points.
Yeah, I doubt
Without a
it's
compel, probably not.
Okay,
on the
I'll
other
call
hand,
him.
I can.
And this is just a guy. I mean, great.
It's
is good
it's
enough.
a low level functionary.
Yeah, but it's faster spread of the rumor.
No,
It is.
you
No,
can.
the
That's the contacting.
Okay.
The deceit role is, can I convince this particular guy?
Right.
Yeah, great. This is it.
You seem to have convinced this person that you have seen Lenin at the hotel, blah blah blah. You know, the Imperial Hotel, or
Yeah,
whatever
sure.
it is.
The soon-to-be bombed hotel.
That might be
I-
a sniper.
I didn't know the hotel could drink.
Yeah.
Until they bombed, you know.
Heck, it might might even be somebody sneaking in with a knife or some clever poison. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't have a good way to deal with knives.
Yeah, hand combat. I'm not worried by a guy with a knife, seriously.
So do they compensate him for his information?
Do you ask for money for this?
I can
Do
say
you hint at?
I can say that it seems like this information should be worth
Make a
something.
rapport roll.
Okay, that would be fair.
All right. Yes, you get some money.
Probably, I forget what Portuguese
100 rubles.
currency is.
Yeah. What is it? It's not pesetas. That's
Yeah,
Spanish.
let's see it.
It is in Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. No.
Yes, you're not in Spain anymore. That-
I mean, that problem too.
yes,
Yeah, I forgot.
Portugal is not Spain, and really don't say that it's the same thing to anybody.
On the
who's
other
Portuguese.
hand, right now the border for people traveling by train or major road is really not much of a deal.
But the real question is, he got
100 rubles worth. in
what-
whatever
well,
the-
well, no, really, what?
Escudo.
Yeah, the
Escudo.
Yeah, I would have never remembered that. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Prior
probably
to
have.
the
You got
Introduction
the
of the
equivalent
euro.
of $10 US.
to which I will
Oh, you're really rolling in it.
yeah.
Well, for him, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, it's that's a mediocre. That's a mediocre
Yeah.
return.
He's had times when he didn't
Couldn't
have.
make something that the cost was mediocre. Yes,
It's half
Yeah.
of
unless I unless I lose it somehow or someone is clever enough to pick my pocket, which would be impressive. I don't have to worry about small expenses while I'm in Lisbon. But
Yes.
yeah, so I will I will just I will take the money and
Take the money and run.
Yes.
yeah, take the
Okay.
money and slink out, kind of. Maybe,
Okay.
look, contemplated trying to embroider a little or trying to find out what they're planning to do, but it won't be this guy who decides anyway. He'll
Mhm.
report to someone.
Yeah, obviously he'll report it up the
Yep.
chain.
And the assistant military attaché or whoever is their guy in charge of spying and sneaky stuff will decide sometime tonight.
Maybe.
Yeah, if I keep rolling -3 and -4 on my competency,
Yes. So always possible the guy who would need to decide went out drinking tonight.
yeah.
We'll decide tomorrow around lunchtime what needs to be done.
Yeah. Okay.
I will I will go back to the hotel and report, well, I got Lost so many Escudos out of it. I'm pretty sure I convinced the guy I talked to, and they did pass me to, somebody who outranked the receptionist. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. Be better if they, go to this throwing you out. Well, I suppose we're gonna have to wait and see.
So, anything else that evening into the night?
No,
Nothing happens that night.
I'll sit on my balcony until like 10 o'clock at night, and then go inside.
So it is the 9th.
And I will go, I will switch back to the guard disguise as quickly as reasonably possible, just in case I'm needed in that character. But then, yeah, I will guard the room from the inside, i.e. now.
Okay. That happened. I mean, it's not as bad as I've been going, but still.
I'm impressed by their determination.
Please.
In spite of all these setbacks, they're bound and determined to follow up on it.
Did you get some from the tag? Got a +2 in there? I'm a Russian fanatic.
Okay, so, anybody doing anything on the morning of the 9th? Saturday morning.
Nope. Lennon's gonna go up down to the balcony again and enjoy the warmer
Which one of you two is going to go talk to the ship about getting tickets?
I can do it, I suppose.
Okay.
Go get our tickets. For
Going into the shipping lines office.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can ask the concierge. He'll tell you where to go.
Any particular set of suites, or what do you want on the boat, on the ship?
Oh, best to have, of course. I mean, I am running.
Yes. Make a resources roll.
That's probably not going to do it. Let's see. Oh, well. What is the value of good versus superb?
3 and 5.
Yes, but
What is-
good is let's see now. So fair is what you need to rent a nice apartment for a month.
Okay.
Whereas good gets you up to purchasing a truck, and superb, you can buy a large house for superb.
Good
So,
is probably
Good is close.
Good should be sufficient.
Good is good enough.
We'll
Let me just
try
tell you
good.
that. Good is good enough. You don't need to spend a fate point on it. If you already got good.
I have good.
All right. Yes, you have enough to purchase the tickets.
I will purchase the tickets. Get an idea of. I assume they have a diagram of where on the ship it is
Yep.
and such, and I pick.
You're all down in the bilge. Oh no.
Right next to the engine room, boiler room.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to shovel
Pick
the coal.
appropriate suite.
Well, you see, we get a steam bath free, and
Wow.
and we were getting
You're so
And
lucky.
exercise room.
Exercise, yeah.
Yep, they can be in the
And
gym.
cold
working out.
filtered air,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Carbon filtering.
Carbon filtered
carbon
air,
filtered air.
especially when the carbon accumulates in our lungs.
Absolutely.
Well, you're supposed to hold your breath.
I'm getting sick and tired of these dice.
Want to use these?
No, I have another set of the D12 fake dice. I'm just going to use them.
Okay.
And if I get sick and tired of these, I have many more dice in my bag. I just like these D12s. They roll nicely.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Well, that's not better.
Can you tag not trying to hide very much?
It sounds like you get the yips or something over there.
Well, if you keep rolling -2, -3, and -4, I actually did roll a couple of evens. But
Good for you.
yeah,
We're gonna do in a battle now. This would be so nice.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, you'll be up
It's-
against a slightly above average guy, and he'll just keep rolling poor. Anyway, so the morning goes by, lunchtime goes by, nothing happens. You're sitting out on the balcony, enjoying the pleasant. I mean, it's probably nicer on the balcony there than was outside today here in Minnesota.
That wouldn't take much away. This day was such a shitter.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it
I'm
wasn't
yesterday.
getting
yesterday.
bored, so I'm working on decoding more of the message.
Okie dokie.
Usually, the average is supposed to be 55 degrees today.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. To
No, it was
55
not.
degrees.
It was in the mid 40s.
But it's also October.
And it was
Yeah.
wet. And it was cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was windy.
It stopped raining eventually, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt nice.
So, make an academics roll.
That's just even, so that'd be fair.
So interestingly enough, you've come to a section of this that seems to be about philosophy. it seems to be discussing the nature of truth. Truth. The nature of truth.
I better spend some more time on this. This seems strange that we would go from mathematics and such to
Yeah.
the nature of
But
truth.
the nature of truth is something having to, I mean, it started mathematics, and then it went to logic, and then it started, for some reason, questioning the nature of truth. Very unusual. Make a resolve roll.
Okay. Yay! I got even. Woo. That would be a good result.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're confused by this direction. I mean, it
It's
followed
unexpected.
logically, but why in the world is it going in this direction?
Mm-hmm.
You're just a little confused. The nature of truth.
I suspect the one of us that would be most interested in discussing that content with you would be Simon.
Well, actually, my question was going to be, do I have any idea how John Doe is interested in that sort of question? I did get mentored by him.
Yes.
And he is.
Truth is a concept that he is very interested in. What is true and what is not. He is always looking to find the truth
Okay.
in a situation.
Remember, he is the spirit of truth.
Yeah, but you guys don't know he's the spirit of truth. You just Annie, however, was mentored by John Doe and has come away basically with an understanding, a general understanding that, yeah, I mean, that's one of his things. He says, for instance, occasionally, I only lie to find the truth.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, it was more a matter of I figured we didn't recognize someone as a spirit of whatever, but
Yeah.
that seemed like something I would recognize.
Yeah. And in fact, his reputation is that he always finds the truth. You know, if he's sent to find out a piece of information, and obviously, you know, people are trying to lie to him and put him off the track, but his reputation is he always finds the truth. Except for the one time, but that, you know, he was killed, so that's anyway, so yes.
It couldn't have been a true death.
Well, he is pretty good at faking things, yeah. So, I seem to be rolling a little better. That was that. Yeah, you got the tickets on the 9th. You spend a lot of time out in your balcony. Make an investigation roll.
They should be showing up soon.
Fantastic. Oh, binoculars. Epic.
You're standing out there with binoculars?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Enjoying the city sights.
Mm-hmm.
Bird watching.
Just after lunch, there's about a block over. There's a cafe, and they do have tables out there, but it's really not eat outside weather. It's not bad
It's not eat outside. It's not eat outside weather for the locals.
for
Yeah.
the locals, yes.
People
But they do
live
have
here
tables
think
out
it's
there
kind
and
of
chairs. And after lunch, you notice that there's somebody sitting at one of the tables facing the direction of the hotel, and just like drinking coffee. Make an empathy roll.
You're drinking coffee and keeping an eye on the hotel as if there's something interesting about
This
it.
is
or
to
there's
see if
people
he can tell what
Yes.
the person is
Up to.
and
up
can
to.
perceive their emotional attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, I'm at fair, which is pretty good for me.
Uh-huh.
But I got a feeling fair is gonna work, so I'm gonna have to use the fate point because I don't think I'm not gonna roll any better. To figure out which one it is.
Yeah. You know, they roll a great roll. Pretty significant.
I'm gonna go with it's never easy, especially for me to try to read emotions. That would get up to a great.
Okay, so he's trying to look like he's not paying attention to the hotel, but you're pretty sure that he's trying to pay attention to the hotel. So from your investigation of him, he is someone local. He's not a foreigner. He's not from Russia, for instance. He's from Portugal.
I will take up my pencil and paper, and I will write down a little map of where this cafe is and the man sitting outside. And I wanted to say this gentleman is pretending not to watch me, but he's watching me.
Yeah, and it's a real giveaway. He's sitting outside when nobody else is.
And
So
he's being a little obvious. He's outside, not in a crowd, and he seems to be a local. as in not a Russian. They'll say, nurse, please give this to the doctor.
Sure. Wander over, read it, give it to the doctor.
You were told to read it.
I wasn't told not to.
She wasn't told not to.
Yeah. Okay.
Aha. Well, we probably don't want him shot.
It's gonna be awfully hard to
Okay.
question if you
Well,
shoot.
you got epic was your investigation roll.
Yeah.
He does have a gun on him. It's like underneath his jacket.
Mhm. Oh, he is carrying a hand. Or a rifle.
It's not a rifle. It's a pistol.
Or it must be a rifle broken into pieces. One or the other. But more likely a pistol.
The bulge is definitely a pistol.
Or it could be a rifle broken down.
I could find a rifle in that space.
I'm sure you could.
You could
Or you could create a pistol that could shoot 4 zones.
So might be worthwhile to maybe keep an eye on him, see if he has any buddies join him, or eventually we grab him and question him.
But he looks like a local.
Yes.
He's going. The sum total of his knowledge is he's been hired to watch the place, and maybe he's got some additional instructions about shooting somebody. But
Does he know who hired him?
that
We
is,
don't even know if he's a cop yet.
and he,
Oh, he's probably not a cop. He's probably a hired freelancer. But
Well,
well,
they
we know
don't
he's
have to be mutually exclusive.
Exclusive.
that's true.
Number one, we know he's there, so
Yep.
he's already botched the job.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well, once again, these guys are not guys who have been coming up against you are not
our level.
shadows. They're
Or
not.
even lieutenants.
Yeah.
We're not talking Moscow trained.
It's yeah.
So
They're not sending like hawk level guys against you.
the thing is, he can't even hit me from where he is right now.
right.
But he can watch.
So the gun is the gun is there is because he's a tough guy, not because he's actually going to do anything with it to us.
At
I
that
would
range.
definitely.
Well, once
vote
again,
for-
you could create
Yeah.
a gun
I
that could
could.
shoot from that range if you wanted to.
But I doubt this guy's got equipment like that. I'd vote for leave him alone and keep an eye on him. Hopefully they'll do something more interesting than send one guy to watch us, whoever they are, but probably the Russians.
Luger.
That's
they
very
exist.
plausible.
They exist.
There's a lot of
As of 1909,
1908.
1908.
but
The
Yeah.
artilleryman's pistol.
Yeah, it was a PO8 that had a much longer barrel,
Mm-hmm.
and then it had the shoulder stock.
Which was also the holster.
Yes, they copied the broom handle Mauser,
Mm-hmm.
which came out in 1896.
Mm-hmm.
And came out initially in 2 cartridges of 7.63 Mauser cartridge or a 9mm Parabellum. But the Chinese got their hands on it, and they made one in a 45 ACP. It was also a shell foiler automatic, fully automatic.
So what should we do about it?
you've already heard my proposal. Keep an eye on him and await further developments.
Well, I think we wait till tonight, and then we go and grab him and interview him.
We can do that, and at least know who he thinks hired him.
We have to let him know that Lenin security is on the ball.
Point.
Uh-huh.
That's true. That makes just enough more of a stir than doing nothing that it might accomplish something.
Okay. So you're waiting for nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
After.
Sometime during the day, I'm going to go off and check on the airship, make sure everything there is okay. I will try to make sure I'm not followed by giving extra time to checking that.
Okay, so in the past, you've had the airship wait like outside of a city that you're in, and that's where it is now. How are you getting to that place, or are you calling it in to like come above the hotel you're in?
I was going to go to it.
Okay. So
And-
we'll say that's like 6 miles that you would have to go.
So that'd be too long to walk, really. That'd be,
It would take
Two-
time. You have no problem walking that far.
but
So
it'd
cash a
take
cab
about
to
2
some-
hours, which 4
Yeah.
hours gone, it'd be pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
I will go like
You could do what Jack does and steal a car.
I will go
Borrow without permission.
I will go out away from the hotel, but to some place where I could reasonably expect to find a cab that would take me to the outskirts.
Okay.
And then from there walk to where
All right.
you're supposed to be.
So yeah, I mean that's more like a 15-minute thing than a 2-hour thing.
Yep, that's reasonable.
Okay. And you are observing to see if you're being followed.
Yes.
So make an investigation.
And that's something where I can take extra time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what the extra time would be. I have a base of average. Probably 2 increments to get to good is reasonable. or-
So you're spending the whole trip checking for a tail, basically. The whole 15
okay,
minutes.
keep it at fair so it isn't so obvious.
Um,
Because if I'm just always looking, it's too obvious that I'm looking.
okay.
So,
Yeah, you don't notice a tail.
I'm glad that I don't notice. The player is glad he doesn't notice this. His character doesn't notice the tail on a fair result.
Yeah. Okay. So,
So either she's not being tailed or they've got someone halfway competent.
Yeah. If I had noticed someone telling me with that result, say that like shouldn't be doing this.
yeah. No. So yes, you get to your
A
airship.
car can go up. Yep.
And what were you doing in the airship? Just checking it out to make
Check-
sure everything's okay. and-
Checking with the staff, make sure everything's okay.
yeah, there's no problem at all.
Okay.
Um,
And give them the schedule of when the ship will be leaving, and so we figure a few hours out to sea is when we
Then
can
you'll all-
transfer.
disappear from there and show up here in,
Yep.
in the newly marked teleport into here area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, it's safer that way. That avoids accidentally landing someplace dangerous on the airship.
Trying to remember, is there? You were keeping like a prisoner on here
Yes.
for a while. Is he still here?
They won't take him away.
There's concern that if the Mystic Circle is broken, then he's going to be
Killed.
by
Baba Yaga's
yeah, that's
thing.
Baba Yaga's
Contracting.
Okay.
Yes.
I would like him gone.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
So if you go anywhere near him, he is going to complain about his treatment. That it's ridiculous that you're still keeping him here, and something needs to be done.
I agree.
He's very angry that he's still here.
I will allow you to leave if you wish.
Really? Okay.
But I've been told that that's a death sentence to you.
Yeah.
Are you trying to convince him that you're telling the truth? If so,
Check out the highlights.
make
Sure.
a rapport roll.
That's
How
gonna
bad a
sound
roll.
like he thinks you're lying.
Freaking 24-inch barrel.
Mediocre, and I'm not
So
gonna
your
leave
base
it at
is mediocre and it would have been
No,
terrible?
I'm not gonna leave it at my base is fair.
Oh, you're-
and
okay.
I rolled a -2.
Okay,
Ooh.
so it's currently mediocre.
I don't think I want to leave it at that because the guy will probably get himself killed.
Okay. Yeah.
It would not be convenient to wear under your jacket, however.
No.
Oh, I was reading about the
I'd be like,
the Luger PO8 artillery version.
well, like
and-
string artillery version, but
Perhaps we can talk about this first. Seems like an appropriate
All right.
aspect to use.
So you're gonna do a reroll.
Yeah, because I can probably roll better than a -2.
I don't know.
Famous last words.
Nope,
I
that
rolled
is much better.
+2.
Okay, so you have convinced him then that he should not lead this. Well, is there some way to deal with that? Can it be
I will
fixed?
ask the person that tells me that you aren't supposed to move.
Well, I can
And-
move within the circle, I was told.
No, yeah, you can stay within the circle. Is there some paper food I could give you or something to make it a little less unpleasant? I mean, I
don't
do
think so.
dislike
I mean,
being
the
such a
food has
poor
been
hostess.
fine. The food has been fine. It's just being confined to here with a bucket as a latrine that I haven't enjoyed.
I could work on that.
Okay.
So I go into my lab.
you
All right.
find a toilet with a toilet seat with a bunch of broken glass glued to it.
No.
No, I think she's going to come back with a composting toilet.
Yeah.
Or something that will work like one and safely, not take up any
whoa.
unreasonable
What's that?
amount of room.
Let's finish
Okay,
there.
and it's engineering
Hello there,
to
Oreo.
shift something to something else,
Yes.
right?
Saved you from falling to the ground.
So that'd be a fantastic.
Yes.
What is your base object and what are you creating out of it?
I think the base object would be some of the parts from the toiletry that I've already got on the airship.
Okay, so you've got like replacement toilets and stuff
Yep.
like
Mhm.
that for any of them ever break.
Yep, and I am going for something
So-
that is much more pleasant
Okay.
for his commode needs.
Yeah, make an empathy roll.
Okay.
And
I would personally
Objects
want a
other
little
than
bit of
this
privacy.
Yes,
So
that's-
a privacy
okay, if you-
curtain.
You've thought of that. Yes, that's part of what he is complaining about. Not just that it stinks, but that he's taking a dump and there's no walls. There's
Yeah.
no privacy at all.
A privacy curtain, couple privacy curtains in the commode.
Okay. You've done that then.
Okay. Um, sorry, I will talk to the fellow because I would like the space back myself.
All right. And then you can head back to the hotel.
Head back to the hotel and Simon. Really, he's been there for
Yeah,
months.
that's true. He has. I should say about that.
It's
Months.
true. Like, yeah, near the beginning of his Russian thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I did convince him that
Yep.
leaving would be bad for his health, even though I don't really understand how it's supposed to work. I've seen enough examples where I am convinced that something happens there.
Right.
sudden mysterious deaths
Uh,
are data
and he
regardless
seemed to
of
believe
the
me,
exact
but I also
cause.
told him if he really wants to, he can leave.
Yeah.
And he decided not to take you up on it just
Well,
now.
I mean, you were there when Rasputin had his little incident.
And I did the autopsy on the woman who had the incident,
yes.
and I was there for the one where he saw the person's these mystic chains crushing the chest, but
Mhm.
that's not what I saw.
Yeah.
So yes, I've seen at least one directly, I think two directly, and one after the fact.
Yeah. So it's not like this is impossible.
Well, it
He
is
couldn't
a-
have any
is
sort of
impossible.
locator
It is-
on him that would, once it's triggered,
It is impossible.
liquefy his flesh.
It
It is impossible, but it's nonetheless it has been seen.
Yes.
Even the mess on the floor you'd have to clean up.
Yes. The mess on the floor, that's the big deal. All right. So this guy is, I mean,
Yeah.
he's been very patient.
Yeah, Simon should think about that. So Simon's going to spend some time thinking about, okay, how can I do that? What can I do about this?
Is it late? Is it late enough after supper time to be full dark? And can we
Yes.
tell whether, given that
It doesn't have to be much after supper time
Yeah.
to be full.
right? I'm just trying to, if it's dark, can we tell if the guy is still at the cafe? But all we'd have to do is put out enough lights and look from the balcony and there'll be
I'm thinking
street
It's not pitch black out
Yeah.
here. There are street lights,
So is he still there?
and the cafe itself has a big window
Right.
and is lit inside.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he is still there.
Okay.
You don't have to like
Don't have
use
to
it
do a
binoculars
serious
or-
investigation
or- or dark vision, goggles or anything like that. You just look, and yep, that same guy is still there. He's been there for
Hours and
6.5 hours.
Sun sets shortly after 6, that close to the equator. It's probably as dark as it's going to get by about 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, want me to go get him by myself to give him some small scrap of a sporting chance, or shall we eliminate all possibility of not surprising him?
You could just invite him up.
No. He's been set to do something that he knows is clandestine. I don't know how he'd react, but
It could be interesting.
He is not going to walk into the lion's den.
yeah, I'm not going to create that much opportunity for something unexpected to happen. We want
Okay.
to know what little he knows.
Just remember, if you do this alone, you have how many fate points?
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay.
As long as it's not a shadow, that's enough.
Yeah.
Especially if there might be a shadow coming later.
Granted, I'll risk it.
All
I
right,
don't
so
think this is going to be
you're heading
difficult.
out there.
Mhm.
You obviously aren't using stealth.
Actually, I can. I
Oh.
can take, given that it's dark and given that I've walked the streets in this area enough to be slightly familiar with them.
Okay, so you are trying to sneak up on them.
I am trying to sneak up on him. I gave Simon back his ring, by the way. I don't think deceit is going to be useful in this encounter.
All right, well, make your stealth roll.
Yeah. Well, without any bonuses, that's good. I don't know what I get for tagging the darkness, and if I get anything for having walked around in this area during daylight.
And you're only moving one. You're not running up
No,
on him.
No, I can't.
Sprint!
No.
Sprinting and being stealthy are completely incompatible for me. I have no stealth skills.
He doesn't seem to notice you.
Okay. Then I am prepared to do a maneuver to immobilize him and keep him from yelling. Like, I'm gonna put one hand over his mouth and hold his arm still with the other arm or something like that.
Okay, that's a fists attack.
Okay. From a base of average. Fun.
Oh, you got it better than I do. Nice.
Yeah.
That's not a good
That's
start.
that I'm going to either bump it up by 2 or do a reroll. I'm just debating which.
Well, I think the
Minus
odds are
one,
you
the odds are better of just bumping it up.
bumping it up by 2. Yeah.
Okay, so that wipes out that, and that would be a fair fist attack with element of surprise, presumably.
And what is that?
Oh, isn't it obvious?
Still didn't
Very
notice you.
ironically, of course.
The witness is not good enough. And so that. What was your fists roll?
Fair.
Yeah. You managed to yes,
Mm-hmm.
grab him.
Mm-hmm. And
And
Since-
put your hand over his
Right.
mouth.
and since I've got rope with me and spare handkerchiefs, and once I've got him, can I manage tied and gagged without help? No, I
No.
need to.
No, that yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't keep him
Right.
held like this
Sure.
while also. I mean, you don't have close
Yeah.
at hand.
Actually, I do.
So you can get them into your hands,
Mhm.
bizarrely enough,
Yeah.
even though you're using your hands.
Yeah.
But you can't tie him up.
Mm-hmm. I can't.
You have
tie him
you
up.
have the rope as a weapon, but you can't really do anything with it.
Okay. Let's see.
And you would know that you can't actually
Yeah. Yeah.
deal with
okay.
him like that. So maybe you don't want to even
Yeah.
try.
Okay. What I will do instead then,
Do you
But you
have
hit him to
it?
give an aspect of unconscious.
I could try it. I've got my. I can do the
So-
close at hand. I can have my sling.
He's
staff,
going
I
to
can-
try actually to pry your hand away.
So is
So this is a contest of strength.
okay. He's trying might.
He is trying to might you. Yeah.
This might work. Yep.
Unless I spend another fate point, he's got away from me.
He got mediocre. What did you get?
Lower.
Okay.
Probably terrible.
Yeah.
So,
He found my weakness.
that he's weak.
Yeah. Well.
So he starts shouting. He actually only got the one hand off his mouth. Help! Help! Police! Actually, he's shouting this in Portuguese,
Yes.
so you can kind of guess what he's
I
shouting.
can, yeah. I
I'm
can
sure that
guess
the
how
word
it
for
may.
police in Portuguese is somewhat similar to
Other
other
Romance
languages.
languages. And
Can
So
I
police
hear this?
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Can I
I
hear
don't
this from our hotel room with the
Make an
windows
alertness
open?
roll.
Probably not. That's an average.
Yeah. No.
But
Superb is way over what you needed.
Great.
Great is more than you needed as well. Steve is falling asleep, unfortunately.
I guess I should have gone to help.
Yeah, probably. You want to go help him right now, or do you want me to?
I'll let you.
Okay.
Help who?
I don't think they're gonna
Oh,
come
let's
in
both
on the
go.
side of the Portuguese guy I'm trying to capture.
No, that was more a comment if I hadn't heard the
Yeah.
yells.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Help him
Well, you
boy.
knew though that
Yeah.
that Edgy had gone out to
I
deal
did.
with this guy, so who else would it be? Everybody else is here. All right, so you're going
Mm-hmm.
to give Edgy a hand.
We're both.
We're
going.
both
You're
going.
both going? Okay.
And on my
So are you're running there, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So make athletics rolls.
I'm slowing myself down.
Well, I mean, you can only make 2 zones at a time. So
Okay. Well,
unless you're jumping off the balcony, you're not going to get there in a round.
it's a fair roll.
that's
Okay,
sufficient
that's
to
what
go
you need.
down.
You rush out of the room and run down the stairs. You're still in the hotel. Policia, yeah, that's what I said. Well, I mean, I said police, but it's another one of those. It's very similar.
Yep.
So that Edgy has he's gonna recognize it. Yeah, this guy's yelling for the police.
Freaking
How high off the ground what floor are we on?
You're just on the 3rd floor.
You can survive that.
Oh, he may be able to do better than survive.
I was gonna say, are there balconies? Are there balconies on the 2nd floor?
Yes.
And some kind of maybe an overhang or something. Some kind of
Awning or
Awning.
something on some
on the 1st floor.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So what? I'll still give it a try. I'm going to go down the outside. I'm going to go down the outside, out the balcony and down the side of the building.
All right. You don't have human spider, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you're not just jumping off the balcony.
No.
You're climbing down.
I'm climbing down.
Fine. Make an athletics roll.
I'm continuing down the stairs.
Yep.
Oh, you already got down the stairs. You're in the lobby
but-
already.
Epic.
Yeah, that's way more than you can do. So you make it all the way down. You're outside.
Okay.
And another round. This guy is still yelling.
What I'm
So you have a chance to do an action.
right. What I'm going to do is
Yeah, it's been 4 seconds of
Yes.
him yelling, so it's not like the police are
right.
crowded around
No.
you or anything.
Uh,
So
I am-
It will be a while.
I am going to let go of him, but attempt to whack him with my sling staff in such a way as to just knock the breath out of him. I'm not trying to hurt him. This is a maneuver to have him not be able to say
And you do have close
anything.
at hand,
Yep.
so your staff is immediately in your hand,
Mhm.
and you're just trying to put a maneuver on it.
So this is just a
Knock
regular
the wind out of him. Hitting him
regular
in the
attack
diaphragm.
with my sling staff.
Yeah.
Okay. That which will give me much better odds. Yeah, that's a wash, but that is still a superb attack.
Okie dokie. I don't think you can actually roll superb. Fine. You have put the aspect of now you really are falling asleep.
He
Steve.
is totally asleep. He's snoring.
Okay. So
It's all those afternoons in the sun.
Yep.
So you have you put the aspect of out of breath on him.
Yeah.
He's still making like a squeaking sound. Please. That's about as loud as he is.
But he got a lot quieter temporarily,
Yes.
giving them time to show up and help.
All right. Athletics rolls.
This is not going to be quite as embarrassing as the time I accidentally blew up.
Wow.
What'd you do? Minus
Minus
four?
4.
Oh, you tripped on your own feet.
No, I did not.
He's got.
You'd
big
still
points.
move a zone.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, as long as I'm not breaking something on a -4.
What's your total?
Yeah.
see.
What is that?
Mediocre.
Yeah, that's mediocre.
See, mediocre is fine.
Mediocre,
You move
yeah,
a zone.
you move
Yeah.
one zone.
You don't get
I'm
there.
watching the spectacle.
So you're out of the hotel onto the street. He's still over there
Mhm.
where you're not. What did you get, Simon?
Epic.
So you move 2 zones. Yeah, you're about halfway there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out down the street. Okay, so what is he going to do? He's gotten hit in the gut and can't breathe. But you let go of him.
To make that shut him up temporarily.
So he reaches into his coat and pulls out a gun.
Aren't you
I'm
scared
so
now?
worried.
Not having
That's all he can do.
Right.
Because he doesn't have close at hand.
It's a
quick draw, but
quick draw, yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have quick draw, no. That's his action.
So if
So back around to you, I guess.
And you? Yep.
maneuver using my sling staff again, trying
Alright.
for a disarm.
All right.
And once again, that is nearly superb, but that will probably suffice against this guy.
Yeah, I don't. Once again, I don't think he can roll superb. You have disarmed him.
There we go.
He's astounded, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is, this is probably making him at least a little nervous.
All right, another roll on your athletics. Please don't roll -4 again.
no.
Fantastic.
Okay.
This is merely a fair roll.
That's
So,
enough to cover, cover.
That's
two
good
zones
enough.
And not look clumsy doing it.
Simon is about a zone away, so you're still not there. But if you wanted to attack or something like that, you're within attack distance. You're another zone back behind Simon.
I miss the days when we could run from New York to Albany.
Yeah.
It
Those
was
are
a
the
little
days when
silly
running was ridiculous,
sometimes.
though.
Yes, like everybody had faster than a leopard for free.
Yeah, well, the system is broken.
Yeah.
And there's
absolutely.
no easy way to fix it, and so we're just going with this right now.
I just like the ridiculousness of it.
It was amusing sometimes, I will grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be over on the other side of the building, braced and waiting for them in one round.
Okay. So let's see.
He's got
Yeah.
no gun.
He's got.
He's still
Yeah, the
kind
gun
of
is
on
over
ground.
there.
He's
I
got
mean,
no breath.
it's over by Simon actually on the ground. He can't breathe. That's actually gonna go away
Yeah,
soon.
sure. That would be a
That's
very short-term
very-
aspect.
Yeah, I've had the wind knocked out of me. It just takes a little bit of time. Yeah. What are you doing now?
I say in French because that of the languages I've got, that's the one he's likeliest to know some of. I don't know how likely, but
Mhm.
you're just wasting your time yelling. And I
Okay.
know, but
So you're trying to convince him of something. Make a rapport roll.
almost certainly useless in terms of convincing him of anything in particular. I'm just trying to come across as not worried at all, which I'm not. But
Wow, that's
I
probably not a
think
good
he
rapport
said
roll.
no, it is not. It is a terrible rapport roll because that's one of the ones that some things are going to be mediocre.
He does not appear convinced.
Yeah, well,
He might not understand you, but even the soothing try
I
to
wasn't
appear trying to appear like you're don't care about him.
Yeah.
He's just
What's
not
your
convinced.
intimidation? Is your intimidation mediocre?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys, you're a zone away. You're 2 zones
Do
away.
I need to do another resources roll, or do I still have about $9,900 left?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, resources don't change between scenes.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. So we got to get closer.
You could shoot him from here.
No,
You're 2 zones away.
I'm 2 zones away. Okay,
I'm 1 zone away. I can move. I can move a zone and attack it.
Yep. Or move a zone and bribe
Well, I'm not sure what attack you would feel you need. I suppose you're trying to put an aspect on
Good
it.
aspect on him.
To do a maneuver
Uh-huh.
because he's shouting about that loud.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But now-
you know, you saw him get his gun knocked out of his hand, and it's a zone away from him. He's not picking it up again.
Right.
It's behind you.
So yes, you can move a zone as a supplementary action, and then do an actual action at -1.
Oh, I'm going to tap him on the top of the head with the pen that lets me attack as, and the objective is to knock him is to give him an aspect of unconscious.
Stun.
Okay, I'm go for stun.
And now you roll a +4.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, godlike plus what? Okay.
Like plus
still.
1. Yeah, there was. I shouldn't have even rolled because that's ridiculous. There's absolutely no way he could get even close to godlike +1. So you have stunned him.
Mhm.
He has stopped
Attempting.
attempting to shout but failing to shout.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
what you
I'm covering the final 2
2 zones.
zones.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you rolled another -4. All right. So back around to you.
There's
I
one
will-
other thing.
Yes.
I say, time to go. I mean, there are people in the cafe after all.
Yes, there
Yes.
are. You haven't been paying any attention to them, but yes, there are
Yeah.
people in the cafe. Somebody heard this guy yell.
And might have even
None of them have
observed
cell phones, so you don't have to
someone-
worry about
yeah,
that.
Might have even observed some sort of altercation, although I'm sure they wouldn't have be clear on the details. And I will, nod emphatic agreement to that. Let's see. I can just say, hold his arms a moment. I've got handkerchiefs handy.
You have your rope handy.
Well, true, but I'm thinking gagged is more
okay.
important than tied.
Okay.
And any 2 of us could drag him along by might, I'm sure. With he wouldn't be able to put up that much of a struggle. I want to stop him.
Well, he's
yelling.
stunned, so he's
Yeah.
really not struggling at all.
Okay, well then this is a good time. I will gag him with a handkerchief
Okay. Fists attack.
against someone who's not defending even up to his usual standards. Huh,
And we're not against it.
that was air. He has a chance to resist me.
You fail.
Okay.
Now you roll low.
Yeah,
Yes.
you rolled not very well.
I
I got a
rolled
+2. So he got
Some-
fair.
Yeah. Somebody else's turn. He managed to fight off my attempt to gag him.
Is he?
Would he?
If he had tagged the stun,
If he
I-
tagged the stun,
that was-
there's one,
that was
there is
pure
one free tag
foolish.
available for him for that.
Mm-hmm.
but he
Right.
didn't say that.
Right. You're right. That was purely my own carelessness.
So yeah, okay.
So what are the Marx Brothers trying to do here?
I don't know what their eventual goal is.
Bring the guy back and we're going to question him.
Well, that's
Um,
nice, but
It's not going to gain us.
They're
very
they're
much, but
setting
we're gonna bring-
All right.
setting an
Are his eyes
example.
focusing?
So this is Jack sitting in the balcony
No.
looking down with
No.
binoculars.
he appears
Yeah.
stunned.
Okay.
He stopped yelling. So but he seems to have gained his breath back finally.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's breathing normally.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. The
A weapons attack, I'm going to kill him.
Yep.
Of any
Right.
sort.
No,
No,
I
it
can try to
depends.
maneuver.
You
Do
could
it
you
as
could
a-
like slap him on the side of his head with a sword, and I don't know. I mean, I dazed.
You have to
could
do a maneuver.
We could,
Mhm.
yes.
If you slap him on the side of your head with the sword, you want to go for a maneuver of like ringing his
or
ears.
dizzied or
Dazed, I said.
Yeah.
He's already stunned, but he could also be dazed or
Yeah.
dizzied, or there are a bunch of aspects you can place on him that other people could tag if they remember.
not going to make that same mistake twice in this combat.
Yeah, make it 3 times instead.
No. He'll do it in the next combat.
Right.
I make no,
No
promises
guarantees
one
on
way
the
or the
problem
other.
on the future.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I will attempt to daze him with a whack on the head with a nightstick.
Okay.
Nightstick is in hand.
And it's much less conspicuous.
Yeah.
I think he's.
I think your maneuver was
Tag
successful.
stun, that takes it up to +6.
Are you
Um,
going to use the tag of
I don't
stuff?
need. I don't need to tag it because I'm already
Yeah.
Well,
at
I mean, look at this guy.
awe-inspiring.
Really.
Yeah.
Don't
So,
use the tag if
Don't
you
use
don't
the
need
tag
it.
if I don't need to. It just would have been
Yeah.
overkill.
So, yes, he is now stunned and dazed. He is no longer out of breath.
It's okay.
He needs confused.
I don't really
Rich
think
spotted
so.
and bewildered.
I don't know. He might be confused without any of us needing to do anything
Yeah.
additional to achieve.
All right, so
Oh,
he's
sorry.
dazed and stunned, and I believe you still have an action here.
Yeah, I do.
So how are they doing, Jack?
I'd forgotten he was watching through binoculars. This is embarrassing.
Well, I mean, going after him, one person going after him was kind of dumb.
Well,
That's
what
true.
I said,
Should have
but
taken one person for backup.
Jack,
just
because
in case.
he's built for combat, could have done it.
I know.
He's got
I-
might; he could just grab him and run.
Yeah.
But you're not Jack.
I know.
Guys, you didn't do that, by the way.
He's dressed as Lennon. He doesn't want to.
He'd have
Check that
had
out.
to stealth himself and whoever else was going, which would have been easy, but still.
Anyway, so
So,
you
he's
you
not
haven't
dazed?
action yet.
I think Tweedledee and Tweedledum would have done a better job.
Oh, probably.
They're built for
They're
this
built
sort
for
of
it. What the hell? Let's try it.
I should have gone down and just tricked him into coming up.
Possibly.
Deceit would have probably worked.
If his eyes were focusing, I'd have held up $200 bills.
Okay.
We need to talk.
I'm going to try and intimidate him.
Okay.
And I'm going to tag the dazed and confused.
Dazed and stunned.
Yes, dazed and stunned. Yes.
He hasn't got confused yet.
Just wait, we're getting there.
Which gives me a great intimidation.
Are you saying anything in particular in Portuguese, or are you just growling at him angrily?
I'm growling at him angrily because I don't speak Portuguese.
Okay.
You could try English. Some
What
of
did you
them
get?
speak English.
What was your
Great.
result? Great, even with the +4.
And because of the +4, I have a mediocre intimidation, and I rolled a net net null.
So in other words, you just used up 2 tags.
Yep.
To get a less than stellar.
Wow, that was close.
+3?
Yes.
Fortunately, he's a one-box wonder. Because otherwise, if
Yeah.
he just had 2 boxes, you would have failed.
Yep. But the chances were very good that he was a one-box wonder for these purposes.
Uh-huh.
So you as
Okay, his
result
composure
his
his composure track is gone. His entire 1 box of composure is gone.
Yep. So we have taken him out on a composure level.
Tell him I said to come along quietly.
I assume you're saying that
Yeah.
to him,
Yes.
since he actually speaks Portuguese.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I take him by the arm and I say, "Come along quietly, please."
Okay.
And
Sure.
And since I saw very
Protect me from that guy. He's scary.
Don't worry. Don't worry. All will be all right.
Great.
that would be the
Better make a report.
and since I saw exactly where the gun landed, I'll pick it up as we go by. Rather
Okay.
than leave it lying on
The
the
Three
street.
Stooges could have done a better job.
Possibly.
Niagara Falls.
Next time we should have
Anyway, so you
Yes.
lead him back to the hotel
Yes.
and up to Lennon's suite.
Yes. And
I am gonna call it for the night.
Sure.
guys.
okay.
Yeah, that that was an interesting combat. People using things that they're not good at.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still succeeding.
Well,
Barely.
barely
Barely.
against a 1 box wonder.
Right.
I
Um,
didn't have time to. I didn't have time to grab things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good night, everybody
Good
who's
night.
watching this stream now or later.
Yeah, if I had had the minimal prudence to take either